What's up? Alright, we're on the... There we go. We're on the... What's going on? Oh, it's because I have Steam open. There we go. Okay. Talk to her about the ball. That's Kurain's sacred urn, Mysticami's soul is sealed inside. Wonder... I haven't looked at this in a long time. I wonder when it became so cracked. Yeah, I already heard about this, so I already talked to her about all this. Must be something in the village I need to do. Pearl's ball. About the incident. Really want to forget about my sister. Move on from all that. Remember this stumping me pretty heavily. Tell me about the traffic incident. Whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Dr. Grey Guy made my sister fall asleep. That's all I have to say. And he just asked whose incident, which means she must know about another person's accident. Wait, about another person's incident. Another person. Who you got in mind? It wasn't Dr. Grey. Yes, it is Dr. Grey. Like that? No, okay. Faye Manor, side room. Pretty sure I saw Lotta run in this direction, but it doesn't look like she's here. Pearl's ball. Maya said it was always kept in the clothing box, so what is it doing on the floor? She was playing with this on the time of the murder, it seems. Box where Pearl's ball is usually kept. Wonder what it's inside. Huh? What are you doing in there? What were you thinking? I'm a bad person, just another piece of human trash. I need a hole to crawl into. She was hiding in the box? You crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into? Oh man. There's a small hole in this clothing box, and it's about 8 inches off the ground. Okay. That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen. Then could this... Oh, there's a hole in the side of it. I thought there was a hole in the bottom. So then this was in the room. That makes it pretty obvious. Big enough to fit a grown adult. Well, if she can be called an adult. Okay, that's also actually pretty good to know. There's probably nothing else here. Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now. What person? The one with the fluffy cotton candy hair. She said, don't look at me with them eyes. I'm not that scary, am I? I don't think that's quite what she meant. She also wanted me to tell you, going on a trip to find myself, so don't bother finding me. Thanks. You're welcome. Alright, Pearl. You have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened. What if I can't tell you what happened? Then I'll just guess. How does that sound? Where were you? When the murder was taking place, you were here. Winding Way. The Winding Way. Know what you were doing there. What was Pearl's doing in Winding Way? Playing with the ball. You were playing with this ball, right? That's right. How'd you know? Maya told me that you love to play with your ball. Well, I was playing with my ball. And then? Something happened, huh? Something really bad. What do you mean something? Nothing happened. While you were playing with your ball, this happened. This urn. It's the village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the crane technique is sealed in there, isn't it? Yeah? What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there. Please don't tease me. Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? Ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd be really mad, huh? Doesn't seem to be fighting back. I hit the bullseye this time, but it's strange the lock hasn't been broken yet. It's a really old urn, isn't it? I guess? So old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. How can you tell that the urn has been broken? Oh. It's supposed to say, ummy, but it says I am. Who started the crane channeling technique? That was Mystic Amy. Right, do you know how to spell her name? How to spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a little odd when it said I am written on this urn. That's how I knew that someone must have broken the urn and made the mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Damn. I got it. That was not a huge heal. I need to get the next one flawless to make sure I don't die. Save. God. Alright, Pearl. Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the Winding Way with my ball. That's when you broke the urn? Yeah, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Ami's spirit fly away. Don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. Oh gosh. Thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so you thought you could put them back together and no one would notice? Yeah. Found some glue and fixed it and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean Winding Way? Yeah. Channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. How long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job. Must be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing up the urn, I saw you coming into the manor. That's when Lotta and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? Gonna get banished, aren't I? I really don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Ami's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done and a happy resolution. Phew. Broken by Pearl, under repair in the hallway until the police came. So Pearl was in Winding Way the whole time. No one came through Winding Way during the murder. Hey, Morgan. What is it? And must you be so noisy? We have a rule here. The hallway is not for running. In a calm manner, ask your question. Okay. Anyway, did you see Lotta come by here? Girl from the Heartland. Sorry, but she did not pass by here at any time. Lotta, you sure know how to waste man's time. God, I just realized what a mess there is behind me. Hold on. I'm gonna clean that up. I didn't realize how filthy my bed looked. All my stuff on it. There. No, it's much cleaner. Alright. She doesn't know where Lotta is. What do you think about this? Terribly sorry you can't talk about Ami Faye. He has nothing to say about the box. There's nothing new to talk about. Pearl, do you know anything about this? Crane Village. I think I found out everything I can, but I can't see how it all adds up. Is Eeny Meeny being here just a coincidence? Hey, mister. How is it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? And that nurse turns out to be Eeny's sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you. Wish I knew a little more about Eeny, but where am I gonna find info like that? Oh, I get it. You can't be bothered to look over at trash like me. Is that it, Mr. High and Mighty? Lotta? We finally noticed. Thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word. Gotta hand it to you. You know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this lump of one around like this. Thanks? You know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? As for following or chasing, isn't that what you're doing? Not exactly real gentleman with a lady's heart, are ya? Not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Look, I'm really dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya really badly, Lotta. I don't suppose you can forgive a gal like me. I guess I can. You did help Maya out too, after all. For real? Yeah, for real. Thank goodness. I'm still what? No, nothing at all. I'm just talking to myself, you know, gibberish. Now then, Lotta Heart, at your service. I'll share the info I dug up. Don't be all surprised. Tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Lotta not taking money? Now I know this one's an alien clone. Maya's not the real murderer, then who do you think it is? Is that a cult freak? You mean Eeny Meeny? There ain't anyone else it could be, right? Hey Granny, you and me, we were all together that whole time. Lotta suspects Eeny, which means she might have already found out some info about our mysterious Eeny. It's Eeny Meeny, right? I was wondering if you know anything about this girl. Did a little checking up on her. Her sister, the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. I heard as much. I also heard that Eeny was the one who introduced Gray to the Crane Village. Don't say. It's one sneaky gal if you ask me. Want me to tell you more about her? Speaking of Eeny, do you have any other information about her? Sure. What is it? It'll cost you, and it'll cost a lot. Here I thought free meant no money necessary. Girl was hospitalized about half a year ago. You can go find out on your own. I'll give you the clinic's address, maybe you can find out something. Actually, I was gonna be annoying, I reckon, so I didn't actually go. Oh, she doesn't have the info. That's the way the gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sounds... Look, don't blame this on... No, whatever. So I have nothing better to choose. Better go check out this hottie clinic. Hottie clinic? Okay. I need to do something real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, let's go to the Hobby Clinic. I wonder if that's like Hottie, i.e. Hottie, or Hottie as in like something else. I assume there will be someone there named Hottie. Hottie Clinic reception. This is where Eni was hospitalized. Are you here to visit a patient? Are you a doctor here? Director Hottie, ho ho. Didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself. What can I help you with? I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Eenie Meenie. Eenie? Eenie Meenie? Oh, her. It's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago. Here you are, sir. I know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you. Ah, Sweetums, calm down, come on. Don't be harsh to an old man like me. Don't you dare start that Sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. I don't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat. Okay, I got it. Huh? Don't yes. Who in the world are you? Director Hottie. Ho ho. Okay, is this guy actually the director? What exactly do you treat at this clinic? We treat all sorts of stuff. Doctory, clinical stuff. Yes. Well, I don't actually know or particularly care about the details. What do I look for? Ah yes, there's really a big general hospital around the corner. Yes. But when they can't accommodate everyone, they move some of their patients here. You do surgeries here, right? Do plastic surgery, it seems. It seems? It seems that way. Plastic surgery. What do you know about Eenie Meenie? Now you're talking. Yes, that girl. She was transferred from the general hospital. To here? What kind of surgery did she need? She needed surgery. It was really bad. Really bad. So what kind was it? Who's heard of a HIPAA? No, you see that is something no, I can't tell you. So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director. See, there's two things about how doctors aren't allowed to... There's things about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff. Oh, okay, so there is a HIPAA. Never gonna get him to unzip those broken zipper teeth of his at this rate. There's gotta be something I can show this old coot. I'm a lawyer. Trial is tomorrow. I'd like some information. Is that right? No, I can tell you a little secret. What's that? I'm not the real director. Are you kidding? Anyone with a half a fly's brain knew that. What do you mean? I'll give you something. Real information, okay? Actually, this clinic's... See, I'm like this place's walking dictionpedia. You mean walking encyclopedia? Yeah, that. And my specialty is young, silky smooth, hottie patients. There's nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed talking about it. How about you keep that kind of information to yourself? So he's a pervert. Wanted to know about Little Miss Eenie Meenie, right? Little Miss. That girl, I remember her especially well. Tell me what you know about Eenie Meenie. We'll get to that, trust me, I will. That girl, that's right, she was transferred here from the general hospital. It was about a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases. What was she ill with? Ill? No, she was injured. My trained eye, I could see. Yeah, I could see it was a huge wound at that. Huge injury. Her whole body was wrapped around and around in bandages and her arm was in a cast. Sounds pretty severe, alright? It was an accident. An accident. They're scary. Yes, cars? Yes, car. You mean it was a traffic accident? Yep, that's what gave her the terrible injuries. I swore it was in the papers. I looked it up. It was terrible. Just now you mentioned about something about a big operation. Miss Enie's operation. One heck of an accident. Her whole face was burned like black toast. It was bad, very bad. Was it really that bad? It was a good thing that Miss Eenie had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together. The girl, she had just gotten her license. she happened to have a license photo on her. Got her picture as a way to remember her, or more like swiped. Breach of ethics? Oh wait. Pretty girl like her, I bet she has tons of pictures of herself. It's a treasure, my treasure, precious. It looks the same. Happened to actual license itself. Who knows? I didn't bother to ask. It probably got burned up along with the car. Yes. Edie's photo for her driver's license. Director Hottie's treasured possession. I mean, that looks like her. So you looked up information on Edie's accident, correct? Sure did. I read every paper that covered it at the time. What kind of accident was it? I'll go get it for you. The article, I mean. You have it? Well, don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so... Obsessive to the max. But I bet I could learn how to stay on a lead from this guy. According to this, Miss Edie was in the passenger seat. Oh... And dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute a sea of fire was all around her. Miss Edie fought with the door, finally got it open, and somehow managed to get away. Read all the details in the article. It's been half a year since Miss Edie had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year. So, how was I? It was real help, wasn't I? Yes. Yeah, thanks. I'll be back to my room then. Tell Miss Edie I said hi, okay? Yes. It's time for me to leave too. Yes. Ugh. I'm starting to pick up on mannerisms. How was it? Did you go to the clinic? I found a few things, I guess. What's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Earlier, that old granny called the cops. Why would Morgan call the police? She said she had something to tell him. Things are sure to get interesting. Real quick, I want to examine the clinic. Just in case there's some funny jokes. Rehab. Patient. Hottie is just... wonder what that door leads to. X-ray room. Cozy, the waiting area, it's got one of those sofas lined up. And I don't see all that many patients. It's the quality, not the quantity, that counts. I mean, that's a good sentiment. This clinic's reception doesn't look like there's anyone. On the wall is this month's word to the wise. Do something in vain and your only reward is tiredness. Not exactly the best thing to be telling your patients, isn't it? Alright. Move. Crane Village. I gotta tell you that Granny sure got her bloomers in a knot. I guess you could put it that way. It always starts out small, you know? Stealing the master's seat, controlling the 10 village folk, and now you see what it's turned into? A murder, that's what. What a mess. Hold on a second, what do you mean, taking the master's seat? That stuff you were talking about, that's the first I've heard of it. Old news to everyone else in the world. Excuse me for not keeping up with the gossip. Said something about stealing the master's seat. Right now the master is this medium named Misty Faye, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master? You know where Eni is? Yeah, I saw her not long ago. She's hanging around that garden in the middle. Got something? Yeah, I've got a whole list of things that only she can clear up for me. But I hear the master has always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter? It turns out that old bat is Misty Faye's older sister. They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Anyway, somehow Granny there lost to her younger sister, Misty. See, this made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sorts of things too, like she's the oldest and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. Jeez, that's mean. But what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. Late last night, two women's car crashed into the highway center divide. One of the women was not able to escape. The flaming wreckage died. Ongoing investigations revealed that the driver had fallen asleep. Eeny Meeny holds interview. I was like totally tired and dropped off to sleep. There was this crash and I woke up in a huge sea of flames, but I was still half asleep and I opened the right door and got out. I don't remember anything else. Miss Eeny Meeny is to be believed the one driving the car was her sister, Mimi Miney. Mimi Miney. Or Mimi Minnie. Eeny Meeny. Mimi Meeny. Was the nurse at Gray Surgical where 14 patients were accidentally OD'd to their deaths. Just then is it a mere coincidence? Hey, like, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. Like, what's with that scary look on your face? Let's save so that way I can at least try to get mostly full healed before the trial. Your own. I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? How strange. I have like no idea what you're talking about. Can you prove I was in an accident? Would you look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says, Miss Eeny Meeny holds interview about crash. Suffered a very bad injury, had to be administered to a hospital, correct? But now? That's not me. I mean, the person has like the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Eeny Meeny, is like pretty common. Your sister's name, Meeny Meeny, is in here too. Wow, what a scary coincidence. Do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized? This is your proof. What's that picture supposed to mean? It's from the hospital where you got hospitalized at. So, there was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks exactly like you. That creepy fake director. Are you really gonna tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, I was in an accident, sure. That's like not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at the article. It says that one of the women died. And? That woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose the woman who died in that accident could be Mimi? Mimi. I believe it was your sister, Mimi. Riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Nice, full heal. Yeah, I was riding in that car with my sister. We were, like on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. By the time I grabbed for my purse and escaped from the passenger side door, and your sister, I like couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke. I couldn't see anything. Sorry. Dr. Gray really caused that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills. Like, he was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, like, pay my sister back. It does give Eni a reason to want to murder Mr. Gray. Dr. Gray. Seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? Actually, it'd be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I'm gonna serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. Ha ha ha. It's like something's up. Stop. Leave my mother alone. Hold on, pal. I'm not gonna hurt. Pearl, dear. It's perfectly alright. I'll be out with a short while with this young man. Let me go too. I must stay here and protect the manor. Don't make that face here. I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Give you my pistol. Detective, do not upset me further. Sorry. Poor Gumshoe being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. This has never happened before. Pearls. Mr. Nick. I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something bad's gonna happen. I'm scared. Ugh, I'm terrible at this. What about Mystic Maya? She'll be alright. I think I've gathered enough evidence. She must feel all alone. Go visit her. Can't just leave you here alone either. I'll be fine. Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Why? Kept me waiting, Phoenix. Mia? So how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now, I think. Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent is a heavy weight to bear. I'm still not 100% on who did it. Memory serves, Mia had a few Psylocks of her own. Ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now. I welcome you to try. Come on, Phoenix, we don't have time to be looking at things like this. We need to find out everything we can for the trial tomorrow. Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean. Why do you think so? Really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial. I mean, how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Mr. Gray? When did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were standing around in front of the room and the channeling started, which means the murderer must have gone into that room before the channeling. What I think, in any case. Maya already said there wasn't anyone else in there. If we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're stuck like a beached whale. I never thought I'd see this day. Are you actually asking me about my spirit channeling? This case is all about spirit channeling, and I feel I don't understand a thing about it. It's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Yes, you're right. Power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling was something our ancestor Mystic Ami Faye acquired. The Faye family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Ami was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. As you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism, Amitabha. To this day, her soul is contained in the crane's sacred urn. It usually sits in Winding Way and has her name written on it. Come on, Phoenix, it's just a fairy tale. Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too? A murderer. She's gonna say that Maya did it. Or something crazy, isn't she? She's gonna be like, no, it was Maya. And I'm gonna be like, what the heck do you mean by that? And then she's gonna be like, sorry, Phoenix, goodbye. think I'm hiding something about someone from you. Isn't that right? Alright, tell me who you think I'm protecting. It's either Maya or Morgan. Maya's life is on the line. Concentrate harder. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. It's not Maya? That has to be Morgan. Morgan Fay. There's no one else you would protect like this, Mia. While the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else, which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. Evidence is this black key. At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key, and yet somehow it magically ended up in the incinerator in the center garden. Great. There's only one person who could have done that while I was busy calling the police. Person taking care of Maya. Morgan. What's that look mean? Your argument's too flimsy. When did the key find its way into the incinerator? It could have happened long after the murder happened. Long after? Someone could have found the key somewhere and dumped it into the incinerator. That prosecutor would use something that small to shred your case. You have something other than just the key to cast suspicion on Morgan. Scraps. Is the other piece of evidence that points Morgan as a culprit. I also found this in the garden incinerator. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. This piece may not even be from Maya's costume. This is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve. Both the key and this piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. It means that this piece of cloth was part of Maya's costume. But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes, but why? I don't know why. There is one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, my aunt has an alibi. She was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me. I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Mr. Gray, who or what did she need? Eeny meeny. She needed someone else's help. Here's the answer to the final question, which means that my aunt and Eeny Meeny were in cahoots. Something's been bothering me the whole time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. A person would have to know a lot about Fay Manor and the village to do this, but Morgan already has an alibi. Which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eenie Meenie is involved somehow. We have one big problem on our hands. What? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to? Also, we don't know for sure that she was cooperating with Eenie. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh? Only one possibility. Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Revenge. Mother, she's the one who holds the key to this. Don't be silly, mine. Misty Faye. Looks like we've gathered up everything we could. All we have to do is win. Everything will be apparent then. Right, Chief, we won't lose. Sure, we definitely won't lose. Find at lobby number 3. Nick? You know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah, why? Just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, and well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm just a little girl. On top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're strong too, Maya, for all that you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. We'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. What do you mean? Your mother is coming today to show her support. Oh, I don't think that's good. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls? Yes, Mr. Nick? You think you could do me a favor? Could you channel Mia today too? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. Can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Can you do this for us, Pearls? I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. Nick, this way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because we're gonna accuse her mom. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Defense is ready. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since I became prosecutor 5 years ago. I've never lost a case either. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh, that's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Faye. True what they say, women really are scary when they fight. True. Women, I fear women. Very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session, that the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? This key is proof of that. This key, the only one to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. Prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. Huh? Come on, Karma, and how do you explain this picture? Are you saying that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that it wasn't the defendant. But what is the meaning of this? Well, I'm saying that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room, and I believe this is where when she dropped the key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I expected, Aunt Morgan. For me, she seems really torn by this. Witness, name, and occupation. Morgan Fey, I'm a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. What do you mean, in a matter of speaking? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? That's correct. I perfect the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Performed. Technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is... You, be quiet. Now witness, something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world? Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. Here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order. Miss Fey, please testify to the court what happened during this time. So she's lying. I think someone's up the ante on this trial. Maya's escape. So she's lying somewhere here. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted away from me. She thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. Great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. Simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Wright. My aunt is very smart and sly. It's gonna be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Just now you said those two. Who are the two people? Foreign lady and yourself. Lada's not a foreigner, despite how she looks. Could not understand her English, not to mention she looked awful. Jeez. Already sent the repair bill to your office. Is it really necessary to have two people do something as simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. At the time, I myself was a little confused, on top of which there was another. Another what? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. There was another reason you wanted us both out of the room, wasn't there? Why did you chase us out of the room? Simply did you not wish for there to be more victims? The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head. This strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? Afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. Why would you lie about something like that? It's painful for me to say this, however. The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. You were covering for the defendant. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred, that the renegade Mystic Maya had done something so very unexpected. But pray tell, did she? The witness didn't ask and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there's always later. Okay. She thrust it away from me. Really that easy for her to escape from you? Shame to admit such a thing, however. Yes, but you are physically larger and stronger than that of the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped for you, the transformation, blah blah blah. Defendant was not Maya Fey. Mystic's body was still that of the nurse she had called. She had run away. Wouldn't you have given chase right away? Would have, however. Great strength, she hit the back of my neck and I fainted for a short while. You fainted. Became dizzy and then collapsed. How long were you unconscious? Not sure, about 10 minutes perhaps. The defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy? Witness, elaborate on that point for us. Afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. That because you were unconscious? Now what? While you are unconscious, you have no idea where the defendant went. I think that's obvious. If that's true, how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Yeah, then where did she go? It's true that the witness is not able to confirm this. The key here is this witness. Means that she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. From what I can tell, there's nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. From what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. Where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? What the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. Who was it? Prosecution calls Eenie Meenie, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Ooh. Name and occupation. Eenie Meenie. Researching parapsychology at the university. Most people call it occult stuff. Yes, sir. Now, Miss Meenie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? I guess. If that's the case, let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it? Jesus. When the channeling started, I was sleeping in the side room. A little later, someone came into the room, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy, like in a sad way. My sister, she told me something like totally terrible. Saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Maya was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister. Yes, Mimi Miney. She was the nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. This is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Eenie? Took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said? He's satisfied, Your Honor. I can't believe it. Can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. All the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. No. No, it doesn't. Was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was. Well constructed, but that's all it is. Even the most well-spun lies can be undone. Defense will cross-examine. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drivel. Wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining. If you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Is that because of your sesame allergy? I think there were sesame seeds in the lunch they served. I had this premonition that it was going to be a seedy day. Did something happen while you were napping? Do you know the time? Before 11 a.m., something like that? Stomach is totally ready for food. I'm not asking what time it is now, I mean what time when someone came into your room. What was I talking about again? Okay, so I can't get the time. Oh my god, it's my sister. Was it or was it not your sister? I mean, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. More than that, she managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, defense rests. Like, oh my god, totally my sister. I hadn't seen her in so long. You were happy in a sad way? I mean, it was my sister. Wouldn't most people here react with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? Maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about the occult, but like I knew all about the crane channeling technique. Point is, the witness immediately recognized that was her sister. So he really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter. No, like there wasn't any reason for me to think anything was strange. You know the phrase objection? Can you try using that once in a while? This question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important? Yeah. Very important. I gotta bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. This meaning amend your testimony. Like, totally cool with that. I wasn't scared at all, and her costume looked like totally normal. So there was nothing odd about your sister's appearance? Like, yeah, nothing was, like, weird. It's impossible. Like, is everything okay? Can I go now? That was a very well-spun line, Miss Eni. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Even Von Karma's stuttering now. Well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Mr. Phoenix Wright? So shameless. Another man stealing the work of women. Miss Meany, may I remind you of what you said? You said there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, and? But I don't think that's all you were thinking about at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared to you like this. Miss Meany, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you're really testifying and not lying, you would have noticed it right off the bat. Miss Meany, what is the meaning of this? I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. What are you stammering about, Your Honor? That witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. Oh. That's not eeny meeny. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to snap. Judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's gonna be. Side room was kind of dark, you know? Costume is purple, the blood blended right in, and I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Side room was kind of dark. I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court. That was my statement any more subjective than Miss Meany's. Such a hopeless cause. Jeez. You didn't see the blood? Like, yeah. She must have had the gun with her at that time as well. That's, You're gonna tell me next you didn't notice the gun either? Told me you didn't. All I was looking at was her face. Persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. What was your sister, Miss Mimi Meany, like at the time? She like totally freaked out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think like she knew. She like said she did something really bad. And, like she said she wanted to go with me to like apologize to Miss Morgan. My sister to the channeling chamber. Was your sister calm by that time? I guess so. I guess maybe like taking her revenge on Dr. Gray like made her feel a lot better. Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? I ask you one more thing, Miss Meanie. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? What do you mean? When you were going to the crime scene. Nothing strange. I know you can remember something. You think, Miss Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? Yes. I ask because it's very important. I didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. I remember I didn't see anyone on the way. Finally found the fault, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. There are cracks, do you see them? What does that prove? Who cares about some old, worn out urn? Didn't see anyone. Looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had been really walking along the winding way at that time, there's no way you could have not seen this person. This is Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Just so happens at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. And she just happened to break this urn. She broke the urn. She accidentally knocked it over with her ball. When Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Miss Meanie. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. You couldn't see that while you were walking. I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Meanie. You are a masterful liar. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Meanie, tell us the truth. About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. was like sleeping in the side room. There's no way. The witness said she was, during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. I say that's not possible, because there's clearly a contradiction. I don't know. I think it's in the evidence, but I'm going to say her testimony. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? Oh yeah, she did say that. It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. What does that have to do with anything? Simple. How did you know that fact? You can see that Miss Faye was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Meany, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't get there by the way of winding way. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think there was any hard evidence. But I wasn't sure for sure if her testimony revealed it. One more to go between the side room and the channeling chamber. One would have to use the winding way. That's why I asked this important question. Where was the witness? Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Only person who have killed Mr. Gray was Eni. So now's the time to prove it. Miss Meany was here, of course, but that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? Miss Meany was at the scene of the crime. Sir Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Meenie was hiding at the scene of the crime. Behind the folding screen? There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind the folding screen. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, Slimeball. Credit Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. How you were able to hide yourself is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Alright, I gotta go check on something. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. You were hiding inside this box. That tiny little box, no person could fit inside that. Sorry, but that theory has already been disproved. Lana disproved it when she was hiding from me in it. The clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. I was sleeping there, so I should know that clothing box was in the side room the whole time. Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Yes. Take a look at this clothing box. So stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence that old thing. What on earth? Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole, about 8 inches off the ground. Hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? Folding screen had a hole at the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what has happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen. Here's why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen, then into the box. Miss Meanie, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Your chance to kill Dr. Gray. That's what you're saying. Screening trait, what about this picture? Saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meenie? Exactly what I'm saying. Eenie meenie, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. You wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. Masquerade as Maya Fey? She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. Can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretending to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. Correct. It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Swan Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? Can't be serious. Miss Meanie, you had an accomplice. This person. If it wasn't someone from Korean Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fae household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Oregon Fae. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Meanie? You shot Dr. Ray with your own two hands. You deny it? I think this is really what happened. The murderer planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. Murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then she stabbed Dr. Gray with that knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so that she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. That's when something unexpected happened. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. The last of his strength, he fired back at his attacker. That is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. Murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and pop, right in the head. After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room? Yeah, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear, which is why upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Meanie, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. I pretended to be Maya Fey. That sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Or there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Laughing at a time like this? Minded fools, I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? Miss Von Karma, surely. Of course it was me. You really think someone with Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? Mr. Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. That is, the witness is the real murderer. Why would she go through all this trouble? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act, what reason would she have to do such foolish things? That's right, that's exactly what I was gonna say. One other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Meenie want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? Exactly what I wanted to say too. Motive. I don't have a motive. Can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. There's a reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead. The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. It's either the malpractice or the car crash. I think car crash. He drugged me, blah blah blah. Car crash. Just as I thought, you bored me with your silly answers. Think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Because through that incident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? See now, stupid Gramps. I'm like going to explain, so please look at it. It's been half a year since I was discharged. If I wanted revenge, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy that was the spirit, thought of the spirit thing was Dr. Gray. It's a total coincidence he asked me about it. Pathetic, Mr. Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have an answer, Mr. Wright. What Meanie stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated. She has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Morgan Fay to cooperate. You don't even have truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. Hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Hold it. Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. Faith in yourself, Phoenix. Sounds like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder, but you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why she had to kill Dr. Gray. It's also a reason that she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Meanie had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in the way? Can you prove the reason? I think that she's not Eenie Meanie. She's Mimi. Not confident, but I know that I must press on no matter what. I will show and substantiate the fact that Meanie had a motive. You're too late. My cross-examination has ended. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Wright. You're supposed to be on my side. Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way. Or we'll take a 5-minute recess, continue a cross-examination after we reconvene. That went too smoothly. That went way too smoothly. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Eenie herself could have killed Dr. Gray. Under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. Why would my aunt? Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. On Karma? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? It had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Do you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. Maybe if you don't do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion, and then we'll know who the real winner is. It's gonna be me. I'm the winner. I'd win. Court will reconvene. Can you prove Miss Eenie Meanie had a motive? Eenie Meanie and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Meanie, please testify about your car accident last year. Thought you wanted to ask more about my motive. I don't see the point bringing up the past. That was last year in May. Something really bad had happened at like my sister's clinic around then. And like the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. I was totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. Like woke up because of a jolt and like a sea of flames. It was a sea of flames around me. I opened the door and got away. It was all the talk on tabloid shows day after day last year. There was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Rumors, totally baseless gossip. Possible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Meany's sister. Which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, that was in May too. The thing with all the patients dying was like May 2nd. Like our accident was on May 24th. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's a coincidence? My sis was like totally tired, so that's why, duh. Something really bad happened. Where the malpractice incident was, where 14 patients died, correct? What was the cause of the mistake? I heard it was because the medicines got like mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister Mimi? No way. Dr. Gray wanted to blame it on my sis. Police report has already documented that it was entire Mimi's fault. It wasn't really my sis. The night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was tired? Exhausted? She had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated every day. It was a totally terrible situation. Why didn't you ask to switch places? What are you talking about? Switch drivers. If your sister was tired, you should have switched with her. I didn't have, like, a driver's license. Accident happened at night, correct? I had like a paper due, so I hadn't slept. I was working really hard. It was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. Woke up in a jolt. Your sister, what happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was like black and there was a ton of smoke. No clue what was going on. Opened the door and got away. Kept wanting to forget that time, so I don't remember things about the accident in detail anymore. I think I gave her an interview right after, like that would probably be the most accurate. Like, didn't have my license, so I couldn't take over driving for her. Meanie, that was a lame lie just now. I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Meanie? That's right. I had a license, but didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. Talking about the perverted fake clinic director? Yes, the fake clinic director. Oh, I didn't get to read that. No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Last November. The accident happened in May. That's a half-year lapse in time. Time of the accident, Miss Meany did not have a driver's license. Without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched. I don't think my sis would have let me drive. Not you too, Mio, with the whip and the pain and the ow. Miss Meany, why do you think you would have not been allowed to drive? It's because... What the heck? Wouldn't be allowed to drive. Around that time, I was really close to getting my license. My sis was totally a big fan of cars and really valued them. She had this shiny, bright red sports car. She would say things like, "No way am I letting a noob drive my car." So that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. That's me question. What do you mean by really close? Like I had one of those permits. I think that's what they're called. Big name lawyer doesn't know what a driver's permit is? This lawyer never had a permit. Ignorance is to be whipped. My sis was a big fan of cars. How much would you say she valued her car? She'd flip out at like a drop of rain, and then she would notice somebody like touch the car door with dirty hands. Why'd she take such special care of the car? Can you say that it was a brand spanking new car? New car? You wouldn't want it to get dirty, would you? I think cars getting dirty is just another fact of life. I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Try asking something of more significance. Shiny bright red sports car. It was a new car. She had just gotten it. It was from the UK. Was that her boyfriend's initials? Really special model. She had waited a whole year for it to arrive. Please have the witness append what she said to her testimony. My sister's new car was a totally special model from England. Ask for the heck of it. Why are British cars good? They're expensive and their driver's seat is opposite to our cars here in the States. Oh. She said she got out of the right door, which means that it's an English car. It seemed that there is no benefit of owning one. The whole steering wheel to the right thing is kind of goofy, isn't it? What do you know? That sleek shape, the purr of the engine, the way it starts, they're all feeling manual transmission. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're trying to see the real contradiction behind this case. It'd say things like, "No way am I letting a noob drive my car." Is your sister good at driving? She was totally awesome. She said she was going to be the racing queen of the nursing world. That's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. That's when the accident occurred, right? I immediately reached out for the passenger side door and fled like in a daze. Opened the right door and got out. Miss Meanie, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it, but I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat, the left or the right? It's on the right side, because of course the driver is on the left. That would be if it was an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. The two of them were riding in a British car. Once again, the British are the key to cracking this case. It was the British all along. The passenger would be on the left side. What do you mean by this? Miss Meanie, you said you had escaped using the right as hide door of the car. If you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Order. Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Meanie said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi. But Meanie said yes, but that is where your story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eenie or Mimi? Who was really driving that night? Mimi. The answer is the one person who had her driver's license, Mimi. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. The witnesses, Miss Meanie was the one in the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. The next question? Who is the person standing in the witness stand right now? I knew it. What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is... The witness's real name is... Mimi Miney. That is your real name. Mimi Meanie. Oh, the foolish dribble. How do you explain her appearance? This witness had several facial burns when she was admitted to the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. Mimi Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought, however that was not the case. The body they found at the crash site, that was the body of the real Eenie Meanie. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Meanie? Damn. Cracked. Katunk! Car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eenie Meanie. Her sister Mimi was then stole her face and was reborn as Eenie. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Meanie from existence. Mimi Mimi. Your Honor, I'm sure you can see now why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What was the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Meanie. However, that would have not been possible because Mimi Meanie was in fact still alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Gray, is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had this misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Oh, Miss Eenie? What about you, Miss Von Karma? Why'd you say my name? It's like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Meanie. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. I was so close to ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why'd you go so far as to throw away yourself to become your own sister?
I think I understand why Mimi wanted her old self to disappear like this because malpractice. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Meanie.
Person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. Timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying of that incident and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all the only way. She lost everything she had in the flames of that accident, her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. A chance to throw away her past and start new life as her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of the channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling the occult, I hate it. I hate it all. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles, such as why did Miss Meanie choose to go with such a complicated plan? Why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Francisca von Karma. I'm going to enjoy reading the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Jesus. Can she be charged for contempt of court? One more. He's dead. Phoenix, hang in there. This court is a fraud, a sham. Looks like there will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness, so I'll go ahead and pronounce my verdict. Nice. Maya's not guilty. Phoenix is on the floor. That is all. Court is adjourned. Congratulations, Maya. Sis? It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. No, sis. In my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. I was inside that clothing box, right? That box? That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. Aww. I wonder if she dreamed she was inside of a coffin. Still one thing I don't quite get is that. What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? And we broke in because we heard that gunshot. I think Mimi had planned to open the door to the chamber herself, and then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fay who had just committed a murder. Got it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick. Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know, but I really don't want something like this to ever happen again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick, but every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi with a plan like that? Just don't understand it. It's over. Why don't we just let it be? The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... for Pearl, wasn't it? Early, 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Crane Village. That person will be you, Maya. If you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and what would happen then? Branch family, my aunt? No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl's. Everything was done for her sake. It was so that Pearl's would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. I had to say something just now? I thought that she was saying I thought so. Damn. Date and time unknown. Detention center. Solitary confinement 13. My precious Pearl, you're the only one suitable to be master of the Kurain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying witless main family girl, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A time will present itself. Your time will come. Damn. That final trial day was much easier than all the other trials for that case. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. Prepare to witness a man who has mastered the wonder of flight. The world's greatest magician, the one, the only, Maximilian Galactica. "26th, right after Christmas? Very big circus entrance. That was like being in a dream. I haven't even caught my breath yet. That was amazing, wasn't it, Pearly? It was great. There was a dancing bear, a tiger that jumped through a ring of fire, an elephant that rode a giant ball, not to mention the guy who flew through the air. Max Galactica. Max Galactica. He was absolutely fabulous. Huh? What? Max Galactico, the world's greatest magician. So a very pretty boy looking magic-ishin. No, a magician. Mr. Nick, what does magic have to do with this? I don't think it has anything to do with channeling. You don't know about magic, do you, Pearls? Magic is made up. Braved the winter cold and took Pearls to see the circus. It's been 6 months since that terrible incident in Kurain village, and it was during that time that I met Pearls. Thankfully, she seems to be recovering from it and is returning to her normal self. It's time to go. You're right, we can't miss the last train. Pearls, you remember the train? Of course I did. I don't remember what everyone means by express train. Well, Nick, see you later. Come by and help clean the office. It's gotta be spotless for the new year. Don't worry about it, really. Gonna visit Mr. Nick on New Year's? Maybe. Glad you'll get to spend your New Year's with your special someone. God, Pearls. Time to go. Happy New Year, Mr. Nick. Happy New Year. I really hope it will turn out that way. 28th, so it's been 2 days. Today wraps it up for this year. I hope I can finish cleaning this place up in one day. Hello, this is Wright. Nick, it's terrible. Ah, Maya. Things are terrible here too. The office is a mess and I have to clean it up. What are you talking about? My dirty office. What are you talking about? Listen, Nick, you have to turn on the TV. It's just like the Steel Samurai case. What happened? Thank you. We're here at a very big circus. The scene has caused quite a stir among throngs of excited onlookers. The very big circus. That's the circus we went to, right? They're saying that there was a murder. They arrested him too. Who? Max. They arrested Max Galactica. Fans call him Max. Popular magician who flies through the sky. Maya said she was a huge fan of Max. It is just like the Steel Samurai. See you in detention in 2 hours. See you there. You've got plenty of time to clean up your office later. Guess I'm working. What are you talking about? Why'd they arrest Max? You're asking the wrong man about that one, Maya. Maybe he used his magical skills to deal death with a sleight of hand. Max Galactica would never do such a thing. Fabulous. What the young lady had just said was absolutely fabulous. What a clever girl. She has a fantastic, fabulous understanding of events. So all this fabulous talk. It's Gambit. Pocket cards. Welcome to the visitor's room. Why are you welcoming me? It's a real Maximilian Galactica. Pick a card, any card. Called me sweetie. Nick. Time's running out. Pick a card, any card. This one. Thought you would pick that one. Ace of Hearts. He got it. Nick, look, he got it. What can I say? You've stolen one of my most valued possessions. One of Maximilian Galactica's hearts. Ha ha ha. What a womanizer. Time to make this an absolutely fabulous time. Max, you should let Nick pick a card. Ugh, jeez. You are? How silly. You must be this sweetie's driver. Whatever, hurry up and pick a card, any card. Let's be honest here, you came to this visitor's room to visit me, didn't you? Fabulous. Thank you so much. What about my card? Think of it as a souvenir. Alright. Why are you looking at the ceiling? I was thinking about what I should have for lunch. Drop Porcupine Head over here. Shower me with your attention, okay? Oh, yeah. Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely cringe-inducing. Oh my god. They said that in 1942 when they made this game? Max, I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about yourself. Fabulous. I think we should get to know each other better too. Why don't you come sit next to me? There's a big piece of security glass between us. Oh, sweet Jeebus, what in the world? If only I could use magic, then I would make this wall disappear. What's this guy talking about? Anyways, lately you've become awful famous, haven't you, Max? It's Maximilian to you, Porcupine Head. Get it straight. Alright. Anyways, Maximilian, you've won a very prestigious award, did you not? I did indeed. It was fabulous. I won the Magician's Grand Prix held by the Association of International Magicians. Was it held in Vegas? Did Vegas host the event? It's an award that recognizes that I'm the most fabuloso of fabulous world magicians. There was a trophy and a bust. It was it was an amazing day. That's incredible, isn't it? I'm certifiably the greatest magician in the world. I'm guessing he didn't win a trophy for most modest. Signed an exclusive contract with Berry Big Circus, correct? That's the long and short of it. You seem to do your research, sweetie. I'm impressed. You just can't watch a magician on TV, you know? Magic is so fabulous, you have to see it with your own eyes. However, the circus, it's a dinosaur, a thing of the past. Nowadays, no one even cares about what goes on in there. What do you mean? That's why I signed the contract. That's why you signed the contract? Thanks to me, the Very Big Circus is fabulously popular. People come out in droves to catch a glimpse of the magic of Max Galactica. I revived the dinosaur that is the circus. And isn't that the greatest magic trick of all? To me, it was just another magic trick. I made all the old crusty performances obsolete. But I kind of like the circus performances. Oof, never meet your heroes, Maya. Tell me what happened with Barry Big. Ringmaster was murdered. You mean Russell Berry? Heard of Russell Jimmy, but never Russell Berry. Someone smashed him over the head, I hear. He was slumped over on the ground. Even though it was the middle of the night, police presence was fabulous. Police questioned me at length. Questioned you about what? About absolutely everything. I was the last one to see the ringmaster before he was murdered. I saw him last evening in his room. So then why were you arrested? Arrested? Don't make an anthill into a mountain. I just wanted to consult with me, that's all. Uh-huh, sure. I don't think Max understands how serious this is. Before the murder, you met with the ringmaster. What did you talk about? Things that aren't for your ears. Oh my god. It was nothing, small talk really. We were just having a chat about my salary. Ooh. I'm the one who brings in the crowds. I think I should be compensated as such. You agree, don't you? Yeah. All you talked about? Of course, it was a fabulous chat. Of course, he has 3 locks. Just fabulous. Now he's got me saying it. Why does everyone imprint onto Phoenix? Like... Matter, you look bent out of shape. Last night you met with the ringmaster to negotiate your salary. Reached an agreement about my salary for a 6-month-old contract. Just went to his office to negotiate the salary. Have any proof that I did something other than negotiate my fee? Is this a badge? I'm not a magician, I'm an attorney. Relax, you're just over anxious, I think. I've been curious about something for a while now. You keep looking at me with such a sad look on your face, sweetie. You've been arrested for murder. Don't be ignorant, they wouldn't arrest someone like me. Why is that? Because I'm the fabulous Maximilian Galactica. So, I'm the very big star of the very big circus. And that means I'm rich. I'm paid fabulous sums. Which means what? Quit joking around. You gotta be pulling my magic wand. Is that appropriate to be saying around a young woman? Police aren't really serious about all this, are they? They don't arrest people as a joke. Well, look at Max, he's crushed. He needs to wake up and smell the coffee. Sir, you're a lawyer, right? Yeah, I'm an attorney. Please help me, I didn't kill nobody. Aw. Didn't kill nobody. I may be more spoiled than a hog in a hamburger mud pit, but a killer? That's insane, I could never. I swear, I just wanted to pay off my daddy's debt. He's back on the farm. Alright, I'll take your case. Really? Really? Thanks so much. Y'all are nice folk. What's your real name? It's Billy Bob Johns. Billy Bob Johns. What's the matter, Bio? He's just a country bumpkin. Oh my god. Are you allowed to say that? He's just a twink from the country lands. Apologize for myself for being for not being my absolutely fabulous self. Mr. Attorney, a few minutes ago you took one of my cards, didn't you? It was the 10 of hearts, right? Stolen some of my most valuable possessions. 10 of Maximilian Galactica's hearts. I'm putting my faith in you, sweetie. Make this an absolutely fabulous case, Nick. We're here again. This time we're here for work. Hasn't been that long since the crime, so the police are still unseen. Find someone who might know what happened. Snack stand, they have hot dogs, hamburgers, and drinks, not to mention candy and popcorn. They've even got snow cones. Who'd eat snow cones in the middle of winter? Think we can buy some snow cones? There's tons of snow piled up. No way there's no syrup. I want syrup. They made a yellow snow joke. Entrance is here. It's closed today. No clowns, no elephants. Get your picture taken with Dolly the elephant. There's no Dolly, not today. Box office where they sell tickets. They also sell programs. I forgot to buy one. Streamer's doing a good job introducing the circuit performance. Maximilian Galactica and his comical comrades. You don't see too many streamers nowadays, do you? I haven't seen one in ages. I bet they stopped using them due to little kids climbing up to the top. Even when you don't want to see him poof, he's right in front of you. It might as well be Cirque du Galactica. Door must head to the lodging house. No entry to unauthorized personnel. You really need to say no entry if no one's actually entering? It's almost like a Zen riddle. I'm not gonna think about that. I don't see how that's a Zen riddle, but okay. I bet all of the stars stay at that lodging house. Excuse me. Holy stuff to see. Seems to be a dorm where all the performers in the circus stay. I run into that stodgy clown. He's so kooky. Gumshoe. How's it you guys always seem to know when I'm working a crime scene? Because you're always working, detective. I'd rather not always be working, but with crime you don't make your own hours. I have to be at the circus anyway. I want to see the lion tamer and the tightrope. No matter where I go, the show is always still the same. Dead body, stage left. Hey, he complained. That's a rarity. Oh, get back to business. Let's get back to business now, okay? You know who will be prosecutor? Of course, Von Karma. She's not going to hit me with her whip again. I only have to see her in court. When she shows up at the precinct, the sounds of that whip never ends. Her Von Karma is real interesting and all, but there's something else I'd rather talk about. Like Edgeworth, of course. Nick's true rival, Miles Edgeworth. When the world happened after I went back home. Haven't heard what happened to him? Nick won't tell me. To be honest, I'm not at liberty to tell you either. Let's just say he's not around anymore. What does he mean Edgeworth isn't around? Exactly what he said, he's not around. Edgeworth is gone. Don't say his name again, okay? Nick? The ringmaster of the circus was murdered, wasn't he? Around 10 p.m. He died outside in the cold. Pretty sad way to go out if you ask me. Body was found right over there, right about where you're standing right now. Surprised you, didn't I? Do you mind telling me what happened to the Vic? He was killed by a blow to the noggin. It's pretty clear cut as far as murders go. He was discovered quickly. What? There's just one thing that doesn't quite fit. There always seems to be something that doesn't quite fit. What was the one thing that didn't quite fit? Footprints, pal. Footprints. Look at this picture of the crime scene. It's a wooden box on... What's this wooden box on his body? No clue. Some forensics experts took it back and are examining it now. So mysterious about the footprints. Take a good look. There's only one set of footprints. Problem is, killer's footprints aren't there. Where did the killer come from? And where did the killer run to? There's no way the killer committed this crime while flying. A flying culprit? That's when something clicked in my head. There's no way. Flying is impossible. Flying is impossible. Absolutely impossible. Well, it is impossible unless you can fly. Like you're a bird. Or you're in an airplane. So the hollow laugh, pal. I had nothing by it, pal. Maybe I can get some info about Max out of him. Looks like Max is the most unpopular guy in the circus tent. You know what they say, a bad attitude follows you everywhere. Because someone has a bad attitude doesn't make them a criminal. I've got proof. He left something at the scene of the crime. One of his magician's trademarks. An incredibly well-made silk hat. Max uses a cloak. These are easy to understand. That's the prosecution's trump card. Oh well. Just remembered. Forgot to mention that you two are barred from entering the lodging house. Why is that? Oh, no reason. Just something I remembered to tell you. Maybe because that's where the eyewitness is. Let's check it out. Don't you dare. Mo the Clown. Wonder whose room this was. The name tag says Mo on it. Guess he's not here. It's a real mess. Seems to be a voracious reader. Look at all the books he has. Clowns for Dummies. Joke's on you. He was just a little too excited during practice. All those clown costumes lined up. I don't know about you, but it's creepy. Big collection of clown costumes from all around the world. I was thinking of starting a costume collection. I would call it the World Spirit Channels. We can display it in our office. Our office? That's my office. Look at these shoes. Check out the gag banana peel. He's got an excellent pair of pajamas laid on his bed in an excellent manner. Goes to bed dressed as a clown? Ew. Okay. Circus stage sure doesn't look this small from out in the audience. Do some somersaults. I'm not doing any somersaults. You look like you'd be great at it. It's the tiger. Game over. You died. Nick, you're too young. Stay, heal. Still here, I'm not dead yet. Scared you, didn't I? Regent is such a cute tiger, isn't he? What's with the manner? You two sure are quiet. Don't what's the matter me. Nick, he almost died. He wasn't anywhere close to getting hurt, let alone dying. This tiger hardly ever bites people. And besides, people normally never get to play with a wild tiger, right? So if you think about it, you're actually very lucky. You agree, don't you? I guess. What do you mean you guess? Why are you agreeing with her? Your costume. It's cute. I want to try it on. You need my clothes? You don't mind letting me try it on, right? I guess not. You're the best. So much for the tiger thing. Forgot to introduce myself. I'm Regina Berry, the renowned animal trainer of the Berry Big Circus. My name's Maya Fey. I'm a spirit magician. Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. You put us next to an animal tamer. I bet we seem really odd. Nice to meet you. Likewise. What do you know about what happened? You mean the murder? My dad was murdered. What did she just say? The ringmaster was your... Yep, the ringmaster was my dad. Sorry about what happened to him. Why do you say you're sorry? Everyone here was practicing last night. Even your dad? Yeah, everyone was here. We finished up at around 10. After that, everyone went off on their own. I was the only one who stayed around. Why'd you do that? I was playing with Regent. That's when the police showed up. When they took me to check things out, Dad was dead. Yeah, for someone whose father was murdered, she seems awfully perky. I wish you would tell us more about her dad. Incredible that you're an animal tamer. If you say so, it has to be really scary. Scary? Why? Regent isn't scary, he's cute. Ever since Leon died, Regent has been my best friend. Leon. Yeah, Leon the lion. Regent and Regina. Interesting name choices. Leon, he died? Yeah, he was killed. My dad killed him. What? I'm not sure why he did it. It's tough not to get charmed when she looks at you with those innocent eyes. After practice was over, Dad went right back to his room. The door right there leads to the ringmaster's room. I don't know why, but he went off to his room in a hurry. I wonder what happened. It's Max. Where is Max now? He's been arrested. He's charged with the murder of your father. Max isn't the guy, is he? I mean, the criminal? Of course he's not. I'm worried about so many things right now. What's the matter? What's on your mind? Tell you, Maya, but just you. That's incredible, Regina. Come on, Nick. There's no reason to pout. Regina told me that someone confessed their love to her. Professed their love. It was Maximilian Galactica. And then on the exact same day, another person professed her love for her as well. Leon. Someone named Trilo. Oh. Apparently he's a tenor who sings in the circus. Gina seems to be quite the hit with the men in the circus. Must have some sort of strange power over them. Not kidding, 2 people in one day. Even I want to profess my love for her. Me too, she's so cute. This was the ringmaster's room? This room belonged to the victim. Means that this must be where Max met the ringmaster last night. It's an interesting poster. There's a lot of posters. So many posters that they aren't likely to miss one. You're in quarter bold, you know that? Emblazoned with Mac's 3 famous symbols. Everything looks neat, but this desk looks old and cheap. Picture of Regina and her father, the ringmaster. He really loved her. Regina was lucky to have such a wonderful father. Well, we don't know if he loved her. Posters are the way to go, aren't they? We should make posters to promote our law firm. Spine-tingling legal action, mind-numbing legalese. You'll say, wow. Wow. Those Titanics, our law firm would sink faster than the Titanic. You may not know this, but they call this a tailcoat. And they call this the face of someone who already knew that. A scrap of white paper is sticking out of the coat pocket. Calm down, Maya. You can't just go rummaging through people's coats. This is where the ringmaster applied his makeup. It's quite a collection of most understated colors. Shocking pink, for example. This one says 100% all natural mascara. This one says sensitive enough for a baby, strong enough for a mime. The ringmaster must have been really concerned about skincare. Very metrosexual. All these frames look the same. They look like thank you cards. It looks like every year the ringmaster makes donations to charity. To the Robot Clown Research Center. You're kidding, right? What? They would perfectly reputable charity in the field of advanced tomfoolery. Look at all these photos lined up. It's like a guided tour of the circus's history. Seems like there were so many happy memories. Maybe we should do this sort of thing at our office. We can put up pictures of all the clients who've been found not guilty. What if we had a client who was found guilty? Just pretend like they don't exist. How's that? Nice one, Maya. Look at those cute trophies. Just look at all the awards the circus has won. County Champions, Ringmasters Association, Mini Golf Master, Beer Belly Balloon Bounce, Pet Grooming Grand Prix. Ringmaster was multi-talented in ways I could have never imagined. table for guests. Some papers. Max's salary is written on this piece of paper. I didn't know this. This salary is incredible. What's the matter, Nick? Max definitely got a raise, but this document is dated a week ago. How uncouth do you think I am anyway? Silk hat says Max. It's beautiful, isn't it? I was the one who thought of the idea for wearing the hat. Took my sketch to the hat shop and they made a custom hat for him based on the sketch. It's the only one in the world. Silk hats. It's the only one of these silk hats in the entire world. Isn't that cool? Over there. There's someone over there. Me? Yeah, you work the circuits, don't you? No, I'm just your average everyday Joe. Got nothing to do with what's going on here. He's lying. Like any regular person would hang around the circus dressed like this. I'm an attorney. My name is Phoenix Wright. Spirit medium. My name is Maya. I just happened to be passing by. I don't suppose you happen to be some kind of carny. Not a carny, I'm a performer. Actually, I'm a ventriloquist. I'm Benjamin Woodman. My last name is Woodman? Damn it, Maya. Everyone calls me Ben. I believe they call it a stage name. About the murder, I'd like to ask you about the details. Just a regular guy. I don't know. Max Galactica. Mind telling us something about Max? He's not very nice. My head hurts. You're a ventriloquist. The regular customer guy. He told us you're a ventriloquist. Alright, I'm gonna save here. I need to feed my dog. So, I'm gonna end here. Might be back later today. I'm also getting kind of sleepy because I didn't get good sleep yesterday. Today, whatever, maybe. Yeah. Might be back later with some GTRP. Maybe not if it's too late. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.